Hi everyone! Today I'll be showing you a demo of Less Annoying CRM and showing you how to use the software for your unique small business. I'm Maggie, a CRM coach here at Less Annoying CRM, and I have helped hundreds of small businesses set up and maintain their CRM accounts. I also help create Less Annoying CRM's tutorial videos, just like the one you're watching right now. First off, some of you might not be familiar with what a CRM is supposed to do for you. Well, a CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager, and it can help you track your relationships with your prospects, your leads, your current clients, vendors, anyone else that you work with. It also helps keep all of your data, including contact details, notes, emails, tasks, and sales, all in one place. So if follow-ups are falling through the cracks, or you find yourself looking all over the place for your information, a CRM can help you stay organized, collaborate with your team, and get a bird's eye view of your business. With dozens of CRM options out there, I hope that this webinar shows you why thousands of small businesses choose Less Annoying CRM. We are the highest rated small business CRM according to G2 Crowd because of our customer support, our ease of use, and our affordability. At $10 per user per month with free customer service, Less Annoying fulfills the need to stay organized and on top of your funnel without breaking the bank or causing a learning curve headache. Unlike other CRMs, Less Annoying was specifically designed with the small business customer in mind, and we are here to help you and your team succeed. So this webinar will focus on building your database in the CRM and customizing your account to your unique business. Less Annoying CRM takes just a few minutes to set up, and this demo will show you all of the features and the tricks you need to be aware of as you get started. So let's dive into the CRM. Right now, we are looking at a demo account, meaning that it's a fully featured version of the CRM with dummy data so that you can get an idea of what the CRM looks like in action. I'm going to get started today by adding a new record to the CRM. So there are two types of records. There's contacts. These are for individuals, the people that you're talking to, and companies. These are organizations or nonprofits, large corporations, etc. And you can add contacts individually by clicking one of these links up here. Or you can import records in bulk from our Import Contacts page. So if you have your data in another CRM or an email client or a social media platform, these links give instructions on how to export from those various platforms and then import your records in bulk to the CRM using our import wizard. The other great thing about importing is that the CRM staff is here for you as well. We'll answer any questions you have about importing or we'll run the import for you. Our support's always free, so just feel free to contact us if you need any help with your import. For today's demo, I'm just going to add a record by hand. So I'll click Add a New Contact at the top of my screen, and I'll put in the name Jane Smith. This is just someone I've been working with. She's a potential client, and I don't want to lose track of her. So I'm just adding some of her information, including her company name, because she works at an organization that I also want to build a relationship with. And we've got some other fields down here as well, like address, birthday, website. This background information field is just like a big catch-all field for miscellaneous data or personal details. So I'm just going to write in here that Jane only answers the phone from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. CST. That's just some important information if I'm going to contact her. If you don't see fields here that you need to collect about your contacts or your companies, you can create custom fields. So these are specific fields that you need, such as like an account ID, a passport number, anything like that. You can create your own custom fields so that you always are able to capture data when you create a contact or a company. And there's no limit to the amount of custom fields you can make in the CRM. So I'm going to go ahead and just click Create, and now I'm taken to Jane's record in the CRM. Every record looks just like this, with her name in the upper left-hand corner of the page, her primary email address and phone number just below it, and if I scroll down the left side of the page, you can see the rest of her contact information. If I had added custom fields, that data would be here as well. This area right above the contact information is like your toolbox for working with your contacts, and we'll get to all of those in just a moment. In the center of the screen is the activity feed. This is just a chronological history of all of my interactions and correspondences with Jane. So emails will show up here, notes about calls and in-person meetings will also show up here, past events, tasks that I've done with Jane, as well as updates on where she is in the process of becoming a customer. So I'm going to leave a note here just to show you what that looks like. I might say, I met Jane at XYZ conference. She really wants a call back to talk about products A, B, and C. And when I save that note, it's date and time stamped. And it shows who entered that note. So if you're managing a team, you know exactly who did what with Jane. From my note, I know that Jane needs a callback, so I'll want to set a task for myself to remember to do that. Tasks are our follow-ups or reminders in the CRM, and I can attach a task to Jane just by clicking Task in my side list of tools. And I'll just call the task Call Jane and pick a date next week. I might leave a description too, so I'll just say Discuss products A, B, and C. And you can see it's already linked to Jane in the CRM, so I'll just create the task, and it goes right to the top of Jane's record, so I can always see all of my upcoming tasks with her. I'll show you a couple ways the CRM will remind me of those tasks as well in just a few minutes. Let's say that call with Jane goes really well. I'll just check off my task up here since it's done. And Jane's really interested, so I'll go ahead and schedule a one-on-one with her since that's my next step in my process. So I'll click Event in the left column again to schedule a meeting with her to close the deal. I'll schedule that for tomorrow. Let's make it a lunch meeting. I can see on the right side I don't have any events for that time, which this little calendar on the side here is handy so you don't have to have multiple screens open to see your availability. I can also add a location or description here. Again, you'll see it's going to be linked to Jane automatically since we added it from her contact record. Finally, a great thing I can do is set a reminder about this event. So if I really like getting text reminders or email reminders or both before our lunch meeting, I can set that right here and save the event. In addition to getting my upcoming events and task reminders on Jane's record, I'll also see them in my calendar. I can just hover over the word calendar to see my agenda for the day, or I can click on the word calendar to see my full view of my calendar. Right now, we're looking at the week view. So you can see all of my tasks at the top and all of my events are in this bottom part. I'm set up to share calendars with my two fake coworkers, Bob and Alice. So I can also choose to toggle on their calendars as well, just so we're all on the same page about our team meetings and availability. I can also schedule events and tasks for Bob or Alice too, making collaboration really easy. In addition to seeing events and tasks on the calendar, you can also receive a daily agenda email from us, which outlines your events for the day, your tasks that are due that day, as well as anything that's overdue. So you can access all of that without even having to log into the CRM. Okay, so I'm going to head back to Jane's record and finish up talking about the items in this left-hand side here. Groups are an easy way to tag or label records that have something in common. So if I want to tag that I met Jane at XYZ conference, I'll just click Group, create a new group name, and add her to it. I can do this for all of my contacts that I just met at that conference, and then I'd just be one click away from finding that list of people. I can also create a group for all of my clients or everyone I send a newsletter to, and you can put someone in as many different groups as you'd like. Not only are groups helpful to use in the CRM, but you can also sync up those groups with MailChimp, which is an email marketing tool. So if you're interested in getting started with email marketing, this is a super easy way to do it. Or if you're already using MailChimp, this is a really great way to stay on top of all of your subscribers. All you'll do is add contacts to a specific group in the CRM and then just sync that group with a list in MailChimp, where you'll then create and send your mass email from there. So for more information on our integration with MailChimp, there's a help video on your MailChimp settings page right here, which you can get to by just clicking this link or reach out to us with any questions. Next, you can also upload files directly to a contact or company record in the CRM. So if I wanted to store contracts or pictures or documents for this specific person or company, I can just click File over here on the left and attach my file directly to the CRM. So if you're tired of handing off flash drives or emailing yourself documents right before a meeting, if you just upload them to the CRM, you'll know exactly where they are and have super easy access to them at all times. I'll go ahead and just add a photo here. And as you can see, you can upload new versions of that file as well. The very last item in this list is our relationship tool, which allows you to easily link multiple records in the CRM. So if another contact referred Jane to me, I can easily link them to Jane's record by clicking that relationship tool link, search for their record in the CRM, and then describe their relationship so that I always have that information handy. Let's say Ellen referred Jane, and now that relationship tag appears on both Jane and Ellen's record. So it's super easy just to jump back and forth between two records. People use the relationship tool for a lot more than just referrals, however. So for spouses or family members or parent-child relationships between companies, there's a lot of ways that you can use this tool. So just let us know if you have questions or thoughts about that. And finally, I just want to talk quickly about capturing emails in the CRM. The CRM itself is not an email program, so you will continue to use and send and receive emails in your normal email program. So if you're using Gmail, Outlook, whatever email client you normally use is fine. However, if you'd like, you can save copies of those emails to the CRM using our email logging tool. The way that this works is that each user in the CRM has their very own unique logging address. You can find this address at the top of your email logging settings page, and you'll use this address to save both emails that you're sending and emails that you're receiving. So if you're sending an email to someone, you'll just BCC that logging address, and that will capture that email on their contact record. And if someone sends you an email that you're not planning on responding to, you can just forward that received email to your logging address. Now, because this can be kind of tricky to think about, I'll just show you a quick logged email on another contacts record here. So David Johnson, you'll see in his activity feed in the center column here, David and I sent a couple emails back and forth as designated by that little envelope icon. That means it's a logged email. So this says who sent the email, the time, the subject, and if I click view full email, it just pulls that entire thread in. So again, just a really easy way to keep all of your communication in one place. You don't have to look back at your inbox or have extra tabs open. All of your communication, all of your interactions with this person are kept here right in the CRM. So we've talked a lot about Jane and how her contact record works. So I just want to talk about how companies work in the CRM, because when we created Jane, we also added her company, ABC Company. And that in turn created a separate company record for ABC. So if your business mainly focuses on companies and not contacts, or if you consider the company to be your lead or your customer, you can definitely use the CRM more as a company-focused database. So let's look at Jane's linked company record, ABC Company. The main difference between contacts and companies is that you can nest multiple contacts under one company record. So let's say I also want to put Jane's coworker, Sam Walker, into the CRM. I can just add him and link him to the existing ABC Company record. And now if I look under ABC's contact information, you'll now see that I have two records, one for Jane and one for Sam. But even if I'm working with Jane and Sam separately, I'll see all of their activities show up in the ABC's main activity feed as well. This aggregate feed allows you to get a bird's eye view of everything being done with individuals at that specific company. So even if I'm talking with both Jane and Sam, I can come to one record to see my relationship with that entire company. So that's the basics of how the company record works. If you have questions about that, or if you're more of a company-focused person or business, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be happy to talk about how you can keep companies the focus of your CRM. So we have covered so far contacts, companies, the way you can track relationships with both. Now I just want to talk a little bit about customization. As you've seen, you can create custom fields to capture additional data about your contacts, and you can create custom groups to tag or label your records however you want. But another way you can customize your account is through pipelines. A pipeline is our version of a process tracking tool, and it's just a series of statuses that reflects some process you have with your contacts or your companies. And to use the pipeline, you just simply attach that pipeline or process to a contact or company record in the CRM, and then walk them through each step of your process from beginning to end. Pipelines also have custom fields that allow you to capture specific information about that person as it relates to your process. And the pipeline report allows you to see everyone you're currently working with in your pipeline at various stages, or allows you to also gain data about how that process is doing. The most common use of pipelines is to track leads, which is why you see that leads word there at the top of your pipeline report. I'm going to show you how to customize that lead pipeline to match your specific sales process, as well as how to use the pipeline. But no worries, if you don't work with leads or you don't work in sales, you can still use pipelines to track just about anything else, which we'll cover just a little bit later on in this section. So let's customize my leads pipeline. To do that, I'll just head to my custom pipeline settings page here in my settings drop-down menu, and I'll click Edit under my lead pipeline. You'll see you'll have a couple of statuses here in the middle, which are the steps in your process. And right now we've got a prospect status, qualified lead, and then sale won and sale lost are the two possible endpoints in our process, which is why they're called closed statuses. Now, this isn't how I typically work, so I'm just going to rename, add some new statuses, and move things around to get it just right. And done. So after someone is a prospect, I like to call them to reach out, and then I schedule a one-to-one appointment. These closed statuses work just fine, sale won and sale lost, but I also want to add one more option, which I'll call no for now. This is just because some people are interested, but they can't commit right now, and I don't want to lose track of them. So, as a reminder, you can rename statuses, you can create new ones, and you can move them around. You can also delete existing statuses too. So that looks good. So now I just want to add some custom fields. Custom pipeline fields allow you to capture additional data about your leads. And you've got a couple different options for custom fields in the pipeline. You can do drop downs to choose one option, check boxes if you want to choose more than one. You can pick date fields or number fields for values, text areas, text boxes. One thing that I know I want to track is my lead source, so I can see where this person came from. And also because I want to be able to see which of my sources brings in the most leads. So I'll add a drop-down menu and add my options here. So referrals is one, social media, my website, and also ads. Next, I just want to track which products this lead is potentially interested in. So I'll create a checkbox list of all my products since they may be interested in more than one. And the final thing I want to track is my lead value. I want to know how much money I'll make off each lead. And if I have salespeople, I also want to know my commission, how much I'm paying each of them. So having that field will allow me to pull reports on that too. So this looks good. Please keep in mind that your pipeline might look completely different than this. You might even change the pipeline's name if you're not tracking leads, such as opportunities or projects or something else. You can make your pipeline statuses as specific or as general as you'd like. And all of your statuses and custom fields are really up to you. It all just depends on what you want to track, how you'd like to use the pipeline. Customizing pipelines can take some time to think about. So if you have any questions or you'd like to brainstorm with us about your process, please don't hesitate to reach out. We have helped thousands of businesses customize their pipelines, and we are more than happy to get you set up right the first time around. Okay, so now that we know how to customize a pipeline, let's talk about how to use it. Just like every other action we've taken on this demo so far, we'll start with the contact or company record. Now, in my business, I think of my contacts as leads or my potential customers. So I'm going to attach my lead pipeline to Jane's record just by clicking lead in my attach an item to this contact window. That will pull up a pop-up with all the customation I just created. So I have my status, that's the steps in my process. I'm going to say she's at the one-to-one scheduled. I know that she was a referral too, and she's interested in products A, B, and C. So I'll say her lead value is also $550. One other thing is the priority. This allows me to say how much I value this lead. And since she's willing to spend a lot of money, so I want to make sure she stays front and center for me. There's two other options in this window, which is going to help me remember any other details about Jane and what I need to do next. So I'll add a note about our call here, and then I'll click add a task. So the CRM will remind me again to follow up with Jane about those products she's interested in. So now when I save this, I've cataloged everything I need to close this sale. I've got notes logged about our phone conversation so I can remember the next time we meet. I've got a task that will remind me to follow up so I don't have to remember. And I've also got the information about Jane in my pipeline, which status she's in, the product she's interested, and where she came from. As you can see, all of this has been cataloged in Jane's activity feed, so my entire relationship is in the CRM, not in various places, like pieces of paper or my phone or an Excel spreadsheet or just in my head. So that's how you track an individual lead. But what if you want to see all of your leads in one place? That is where this lead button or the lead report comes in. This is an aggregated list of every person or company that you have placed in the pipeline. You can see that they're organized by status or by priority. You'll see Jane is down here in scheduled one-to-one status, and you can see all of her other information is in the center column. You can even work from this report. So let's say I win the sale with Jane. I'll just click Quick Edit here on the right. Again, here are all the statuses and the custom fields we created, so we can just move her along to sale 1 and then set a task for a couple months from now to see when she wants to reorder. I'll save this, and again, I've just finished working with that lead all from this report. Now, she'll no longer show on this default view on the lead report because she's not an active status anymore, as this report by default shows you everyone that you need to focus on right now. However, she's not gone. You can still use this report to pull reports on sales that you've won or pull a report based on one of your custom fields. For instance, let's say I want to pull a report of all the sales I won this month that were from referrals. I can just use this gray filter bar to filter by a specific status. So show me all of my sale 1 leads, and then click this button, filter by specific field, to see all of my sale 1s that were by referral. Here you'll see Jane in this list, and if I click on her name, you'll see that her pipeline badge is much smaller. So since we have closed her in the pipeline, we've closed that sale, we've still got that task that's going to remind us to follow up with her in a few months. To use pipelines if you're not in sales or to create multiple pipelines on your account, just go to Settings, Customize Pipelines, and then click Create a New Pipeline. Here you can always build one from scratch yourself or use one of our templates as sort of a jumping off point. We've got them for lots of processes such as like orders or job applications, donations, etc. But we also have industry specific templates that we've created after working with hundreds of different businesses. So if you are in the travel agent industry or you work in insurance or financial planning or real estate, just reach out to us and we can apply a template to your account. Again, all of that is free of charge, and we are more than happy to help you get your account up and running in a way that's going to be more effective and more productive for your business. I have mentioned several times throughout this demo that you can contact us, but I've never told you how. If you need help, the fastest way to get help is to click that Help button in the top right corner of your CRM. You can access that from any page in the system. And when you click that, you'll see your own dedicated, fully trained CRM support coach with their contact information. But also any of our support staff is more than happy to help you answer your questions or hop on a call. So feel free to call our main line or shoot us an email with questions as well. Now that you've seen the CRM, I'd just like to go over a few frequently asked questions. How much does the CRM cost? Less Annoying CRM is $10 per user per month, and that's it. If it's just you on the CRM, that's $10 a month. If it's you and a colleague, $20 a month. What do you get for $10? You get unlimited contacts, customizations, and customer support. Plus, there are no feature upsells, no hidden fees, and no onboarding costs. Your CRM coach will be there to help you with any importing, customizing, or training that you or your team needs. Another common question we get is how can you sign up? Just go to our website at www.lessannoyingcrm.com and click the green Start Your Free Trial button. You'll receive a fully featured 30-day free trial with no credit cards up front. After 30 days, if you like us, you can enter billing information to continue using the CRM, or you can choose to close your account. We won't charge you unless you're excited to keep using the CRM. Finally, you might be asking, how can you learn more? At Less Annoying CRM, we have tons of CRM resources so that you can get the most out of your account. On our YouTube channel, we have more webinars on using the CRM for sales, for managing multiple businesses, and for setting up our email marketing integration. Plus, tons of feature deep dives on every part of the CRM. We regularly post new tutorials on our blog, and if you want to be the first to know about them, you can sign up for our bi-monthly newsletter. As I mentioned, we also have industry-specific webinars and templates available on our site. Be sure to get in touch with customer support if you work in travel, insurance, real estate, or financial planning. You received links to all of these resources in the same email that gave you access to this webinar, so just be sure to check those out. And finally, one of the best ways to get up and running with the CRM is to contact our customer support. If you have any questions or if you want to schedule a one-to-one account consultation with us, please feel free to call us or shoot us an email. In the email you received when you registered for this webinar, you'll also see a link to our contact form, and you can reach us there too. Thank you so much for taking a look at Less Annoying CRM, and have a great day.